Hello everyone and welcome to my kitchen. My name is Dr. Lauren Edwards and I'm an assistant professor in the Department of Psychiatry at University of Nebraska Medical Center. Now, one of the most important factors in your mood, cognition, and your focus is the fuel that you give it. If you had a Cadillac car, you wouldn't put diesel fuel in it and expect it to function to its full potential. You'd want to put premium fuel in it, and the same is true for both our brains and our bodies. So today I'm going to talk to you about 6 different tips in order to optimally fuel your goals and help you to eat for both success and pleasure. So the first tip that I would give you is that you should eat mindfully. It's easy when we're really stressed to reach for food as a kind of emotional crutch, but that story doesn't usually end very well. So what I would say instead is that when you are hungry or you're about to eat something, assess your emotional state non-judgmentally, and when you are eating, just be fully present mentally. Enjoy the taste, enjoy the sensations of eating, and also pay attention to those feelings of fullness. The second tip that I would give you is to eat plenty of fruits and vegetables. It's really hard to eat too much when the nutrients and the natural sugars in fruits and vegetables are packaged with a lot of fiber that help you to feel full when you've had enough. If you're not naturally someone who enjoys eating a lot of these things, then you can get creative. So you can use things like canned pumpkin and put them into smoothies, or like dried fruits, which can be delicious, especially with some nuts. Or you can put leafy greens in sandwiches, or wilt some spinach and mix it in with pastas, even something like mac and cheese, and that can be really delicious. The third do that I would say you should consider is to eat lots of healthy fats. Now, fat is something that often gets demonized in diet culture, but it's absolutely essential to healthy eating. And one thing especially you should keep in mind is that your brain is 60% fat. So things that you should consider eating more of are monounsaturated fatty acids, things that are found in like olive oil, almonds, and walnuts, like healthy nuts, because those things help you to have really good cardiovascular health. They can lower your blood pressure and decrease triglycerides. Yes, fats can actually decrease your fats in your blood. It's kind of paradoxical. The other thing that you should think about doing is eating lots of polyunsaturated fatty acids, things that are found in like cold water fatty fishes like salmon or mackerel. If you're not really a fish person, then you can get omega-3 fatty acids in fish oil supplements. This is one of the few supplements that I recommend to my patients because it's been found to decrease risk of dementia, help with depression and other mood disorders. And it also increases brain-derived neurotrophic factor, or BDNF, which is like Miracle-Gro for your brain. Now for the 3 don'ts, I would say the first thing to avoid is to eating lots of processed food. So just don't eat packaged foods if you can avoid it. Those foods are really recipes for feeling, fat, foggy, and unfocused, and unhappy. So if you're eating a packaged food, this brings us back to being mindful. Notice how you feel afterwards. While you might feel great after eating half a package of Oreos the night before your test, after a few hours, you're probably going to crash and feel more irritable, unfocused, and tired. So the second thing that I would say is to avoid those like sugary drinks. So don't drink diet sodas and don't drink juices. Go for coffees and teas and maybe natural sweeteners like honey to get your energy if you are in an all-day cram session. Coffee and tea are more than just legalized stimulants. They have phytonutrients that function in your brain like antidepressants, and they've been found to decrease the risk of brain disorders over time. Now, my final don't is don't restrict or be hard on yourself with your eating. The old adage, everything in moderation, has a lot of wisdom to it. And if you're someone who likes to think more quantitatively, maybe 80% of your diet, intentionally, and then for the other 20%, just, let it go and enjoy your food. Now, if you're like me and you have a serious sweet tooth, one thing that you might consider always having on hand is some really good dark chocolate. Now, dark chocolate, of course, has a little bit of sugar and can be extremely delicious, which is one of my favorites, but it also has a chemical analog in it very similar to caffeine called theophylline. So having some dark chocolate, especially with some caffeine, can be a serious boost for your cram session or to have before your test, while still also being really healthy. And also dark chocolate can help to decrease that cortisol, that stress hormone that circulates in your body when you have a lot going on. So these are ways that you can use food to help you to achieve your goals. So I hope you all have a really great year, and bon appetit.